Hey guys, welcome. So today I am dressed apart because I wanted to talk to you about the importance of understanding style, understanding having your own personal style, and what that can do for you as an individual. So I feel like it's almost spoken about negatively, or you're giving this idea of being arrogant when you want to look after the way that you look and you want to dress well and you want to be, you want to give off a certain vibe or a certain energy. What I find with especially suits, I don't just wear suits all the time, and you see this the first time I've worn one probably that you've seen on YouTube, but I wear them a lot for business and for work. And what you have to understand is everyone is raised in a certain way where you are programmed from the moment that you are born, and you watch and hear and listen to all these different things and all this different information, and that is all internalized by you, and then that is how you see the external world. And one of the things that you are told from birth, from every single TV program that you ever watch, is the man wearing the suit makes the money. The man wearing the suit has got the big job. The man wearing the suit is the lawyer or whatever it's going to be. So when you're projecting yourself out to the world and you're walking the streets and you're being a part and you're going to doing business or you're dating or whatever it's going to be, the suit projects power. It projects ownership, because that is how it's viewed in the world on a very, very basic level. So within your brain, deep down, deep in your mind, you believe that suits equal money. So I don't care what you think about it yourself. What you need to understand is you need to be looking at things from the perception of other people. And I'm not talking about being vain or trying to, manipulate or anything like that. I'm saying when you're going out into business, the world, or you're going out dating or whatever you're doing, you don't have to think about the way you view things. This is what the mistake that I made for so long, especially with Instagram. I used to think Instagram was stupid. I used to really think it was stupid. And I used to use it, but I used it like a basic dude that just took pictures with my mates, uploaded them. A lot of it was fighting pictures, and I've gone through it now and deleted everything. So if you looked at it now, it's completely different. But I was very whimsical with it. Whimsical, it's a good word. And I'd just be like, cool, picture of me and my mates, put it up, upload it. I would have no thought, no target, no idea of what I'm trying to do. I did another video that you can see about how to utilize your Instagram to help find your avatar and all that sort of stuff. But I used to just put content out and not really think about it. And because I used to think it was stupid and people were vain and people that used Instagram were idiots and they were all this stuff, showing off and all this negativity that I used to be telling myself, the internal dialogue that I had for myself. And when I switched that and I looked at Instagram as a marketing tool and something that can help grow my business and something that help project my value better, I started taking real care about what I was posting and thinking. And I live in Marbella, and I used to go to the same gym every single day, and I've been going there for, 5 years. And I'm exactly the same guy, but what I found was when I started taking care of the things I was putting on Instagram, especially on stories, people would start treating me differently. I was living the same life, doing the same things, the exact same person, but I was projecting the value of my life in a different way on the format with Instagram especially. And people would come up to me like, oh, bro, how you doing? And people that I'd never spoken to. And I was like, why is this guy? But they all had seen my Instagram and been like, oh, this guy's important, this guy does this guy travels here, whatever it was. But I would never show that stuff before because I'd be embarrassed to try and project that, thinking that I'm trying to show off. And that comes down to the same when it comes to style and the way you dress. And especially another mentality I used to have when it comes to clothing was wasting money on clothes. I don't want to waste money on clothes. I'm trying to save or whatever I'm trying to do. I don't want to spend money. I don't want to waste money. And that whole mentality I had towards the way that I dressed affected the way that I feel. And I think when you change that word of waste to invest, your whole mentality switches when it comes to clothing and comes to personal style and comes to what you're trying to achieve. I want to invest my money in clothing. I want to invest it. I'm trying to invest in clothing, not waste money, invest money. So every purchase that I make is an investment, because I know if I wear this and I feel a certain way about it and I project a certain value, it's going to lead to X, Y, and Z. In you guys in the dating world, it could be the female that you want or the attention that you want or the business partnership that you want or whatever it's going to be, or it could just be financial and people could project. The same with a car that you drive. I used to think, I don't really care about cars. I'm not like a big car guy. I'm not bothered about having a Ferrari, or it doesn't mean anything to me. but it means everything to the rest of the world because they look at that as success. When you show up in a custom-made suit and you're dressed to the nines, you are seen as successful. It doesn't matter the reality, but that is the projection that you're giving out to the world. And they say, like, fake it till you make it. And I think there's so much truth in that, and that especially comes to the way that you dress. If you really up the way that you dress, you up the way that you feel, you up the way that you present yourself to the world, you up the value that you bring to the world, and then you get so many more opportunities because people started, even with the Instagram thing, people started coming to me, like asking me questions and engaging with me, and that they're like leads in business. Like people come to me and talk to me. But like, what are you talking to me for? Oh, because you saw some video on Instagram and you think I'm important now. It was just such a strange shift in my mentality, and I think people watching this, the quickest way you can get like a huge ROI on your personal brand, if you want to call it that, or your personal self, is investing in the way that you dress. And it doesn't have to be suits. It can be, streetwear, nice t-shirts, trainers, whatever it is. There's this huge world of trainers or sneakers, whatever you want to call them, that I don't even understand, but it's huge. Dana White spent $100 grand on sneakers last year. Don't even know how or what he's spending it on, but there's this whole game, right? So people in that world, maybe you're in that world, they'll recognize what it is. Same when it comes to watches, same when it comes to suits, people in those worlds. So if you're trying to project value and you're trying to up your level in society and your status, you should dress like the guy that has the up status. If that status is with sneakers, or that status is with suits, or that status is with watches, or whatever it's going to be, or cars, you have to have that appearance to get the respect. And I think something that I learned as well when I started doing this is people with money, it's as weird as this sounds, they want to give money to other people with money. So it sounds stupid, but if you're trying to buy a service, you want to buy it from a successful person because then you believe that service is going to have more value because he's obviously offering a good service because he's got money. So if you turn up in a beat up car, dressed like shit, and you're trying to offer some service, they're not going to want to buy it from you because they're going to think you're a loser. Even if you're amazing at that service, perception matters. It matters so much. It is vital in the world. So again, you don't want to look at the way that you dress, the way that you talk. You don't want to look at it from your internal voice. Maybe it means nothing to you, but you got to play the game. And the game is the perception of others. It's not about being vain. It's not about anything like that. It's about leveling up your life. To get into certain rooms with certain people, you have to be a certain level. That comes down to everything, not just wearing a suit, but the way you talk, the way you walk, the way you act, the way you have emotional control. All of these are things that people with very, very high social skills, they will read them. The way that you eat, what you order, all these little things. So if you want to start improving your life, you want to start thinking about this. And I'll give you a little story about custom suits again. I feel when I put energy and effort and I really think about the suit that I want to wear, and I think about every detail, the buttons, how long the collar is going to be, how many buttons I'm going to have on the sleeve, the lining, the color scheme, the material, if it's going to be for warm weather, if it's going to be for cold weather, like if it's double-breasted, if it's single-breasted, everything about it, where the pockets are going to be, everything. And then you can put any little details, extra details, the cut, is it going to be Italian, is it going to be British? There's a lot that goes to it. And it might be overwhelming, but you can read on the internet, there's loads, and style that you can follow on Instagram and all that sort of stuff. You put all that energy and all that time into designing a custom-made suit. When you wear that suit, you are going to feel like a completely different man compared to that suit that you bought off the rack from Hugo Boss or from wherever it's going to be. You are going to feel completely different. And I'll tell you something, the price is pretty much the same. It's not much different. It's not more expensive. If you go to Hugo Boss or if you go to Zegna or something like that, a Zegna suit is $5 grand, $6 grand, like low level, not high level, low level. Hugo Boss, okay, maybe you get a nice suit for $2 grand, 1,500 quid. This custom-made jacket I'm wearing here was about 800 quid. Got it in Dubai from a fantastic tailor out there. So the perception of what you think is expensive is actually not that expensive. It's a different thing if you're investing in it as well. So when you spend that amount of time and that amount of energy on an item of clothing and then you wear it in the street or you wear it to a meeting, you project a whole different abundance of energy. And you know those people that walk into a room and everyone turns and looks at them and they think, who is that guy? The only way you're going to get that sort of vibration, that sort of energy, is from effort. And that's effort into your physical appearance, effort into the way that you dress, effort into the way that you walk, effort into the way that you talk, effort into the environment that you're going to be in, effort, 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 effort. And that is why 99% of people do not put the time and effort into these things, because they're lazy. No other excuse. It's just cope. They say, oh, I don't need that. That's vanity. I don't want to do that because, you know, I don't need to dress like that or whatever. Oh, Mark Zuckerberg doesn't dress like that. Elon Musk doesn't do that. You are not Mark Zuckerberg. You are not Elon Musk. You are not a billionaire. You need to level up, because you need to be in the rooms with these successful people. And these people are programmed from birth to look at as a man in a suit as successful. If it's right or it's wrong, it doesn't matter. You just have to utilize it. So my advice to you would be to spend time and energy thinking about the way that you dress, the way that you talk, the way that you walk, and the way that you project value out into the world. Because when you really, truly understand that, and you see the connection between the investment that you make in yourself and the reward that you get from the world, you will never, ever, ever look back. So please, heed my advice. If not, look like shit. Not going to change my life. But I appreciate you guys watching. If you want, click subscribe, get involved, and I'm chucking out loads of videos like this. Cheers, guys.